Welcome to a wealth of useless knowledge, where we dive into some fun and entertaining topics. You're sure to learn something new here, and maybe even have a laugh or two. Now let's get into today's video. We see them all the time. Perhaps one may have even played right before this video. I'm talking about commercials. Nowadays, commercials are seen by many as nothing more than a nuisance, and some even hate them so much that they pay for premium subscriptions just to avoid seeing them. But back in the day, commercials were just a part of the TV watching experience. They offered a short little intermission that gave you time to check on the food you were cooking or go grab a glass of water, and sometimes we even just sat to watch the commercials because we had ones we actually liked. Can you believe that? Back then, advertising was king, as the jingles and slogans really captured and kept your attention, giving them an extra special flair that is lacking in many of today's advertisements. Some of the ads intrigued you enough to make you actually want to buy the product, while some just gave you a good laugh and now live in your head rent-free. I actually made a video of some of the most iconic commercials that 90s kids would remember, so if you haven't seen that one yet, head over to check it out right after this one. But in today's video, we'll be taking another trip down memory lane as we look back at some of the most iconic and memorable commercials of the 2000s. In the year 2000, an ad that Aflac launched featuring the duck we all know and love made its way onto our television screens.
Well, when I got hurt and missed work, glad I had supplemental insurance.
Supplemental insurance? What's that?
Aflac.
Well, even best insurance doesn't give you cash to cover things like lost pay, other expenses. This does.
What does?
Aflac.
Shouldn't ask about it at work.
Really? And what's it called?
Aflac!
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
Aflac.
The duck was brought in to advertise the Georgia-based insurance company's services, repeating the company's name every time someone mentioned needing insurance. Both the duck concept and advertisements were created by New York-based ad agency Kaplan Thaler Group. It's said that one of the agency's art directors stumbled upon the duck idea while walking around Central Park at lunchtime uttering, "Aflac, Aflac." He soon realized how much the company's name sounded a lot like a duck's quack, and the rest was history. Hey, I guess the best ideas do come to you when you go for a walk. The agency continued to produce marketing content for the company, having the Aflac duck star in over 30 commercials since the time of its inception. This campaign gave the company even more widespread brand recognition, as the duck has become a permanent part of their logo, and they still use ads with the iconic duck in them to this day. Shortly after came the Wanta Fanta ads, featuring the fictional girl group The Fantanas. The group of spokesmodels consisted of members Capri as strawberry, Kiki as orange, Lola as pineapple, and Sophia as grape.
Invasion of the Fantanas.
Checking in can take its toll. Check out Fanta, nice and cold.
Where on earth will they show up next? If you're not having fun, they'll find you.
Waiting for your chance to scream. Fanta helps you beat the steam.
You could be next.
The ad campaign was created back in 2002 to market Coca-Cola's collection of fruit-flavored soft drinks. Each of the ladies were dressed in a color to represent each one of the drink's flavors, and they would randomly pop up singing the Wanta Fanta theme song. Although the commercials feature the group singing, the actual vocals on the track are known to have been sung by singers in a studio session. The theme song used in the ad was written by John Alters and Eric Kupper and produced by Alters, while the commercial itself was produced by advertising agency Ogilvy and Mather, whose name you may recognize from my Christmas commercials video, as they are, fun fact, the same New York ad agency who had a hand in producing the iconic Hershey's Kisses Christmas Bells ad. The ad launched a new era of Fanta marketing, and the company continued to produce variations of the ads with the Fantanas, and although the original members have changed several times throughout the years, the company still utilizes the Fantana marketing in their branding to this day. Next up is the K9 Advantix commercial. This adorable ad first aired back in 2003 and quickly became memorable for the classic jingle.
Hello, mother. Hello, father. Flea sticks, mosquitoes really bother. Thanks for the package. That's why I'm writing. K9 Advantix quickly stopped all the biting. Swimming, hiking, and tent pitching. They're not biting. I'm not itching. Can't wait to show you all my new tricks. Thanks again for sending me K9 Advantix.
Only K9 Advantix stops fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes from biting in minutes.
The ad took the classic song Hello Mudda, Hello Fada, a letter from camp sung by Alan Sherman.
Hello, mother. Hello, father. Here I am at Canada.
And they modified the lyrics to suit the product. This ad featured an adorable pup singing a letter to be sent to his family, thanking them for sending him K9 Advantix, because it's been keeping him free from pesky ticks and mosquitoes during all his summer camp activities. Not only was the ad great because of the revamp of a well-known song, making it easy to sing along to, but some now even know the ad's parody version of the song even better than the 1963 original. Plus, the adorable singing dog gets you each and every time. The company later introduced several other variations of these ads featuring the singing K9, and their product can still be found in drugstores all over the country. Another commercial that got quite a bit of airtime back in the day was the Geico Caveman ad of 2004.
It's so easy to use Geico.com, a caveman could do it.
What?
Oh, no,
Not cool.
I did not know you were there. I could check.
The ad campaign was created by TV writer Joe Lawson and Noel Ritter while working at Virginia-based ad firm, The Martin Agency. According to a Looper article, Ritter discussed on a podcast that he came up with the idea of the caveman commercial while reading a short story called Pastoralia by George Sanders, in which a caveman spends time in an amusement park. This ad features actor John Lair as the caveman, who's working as a stagehand on the commercial set, and angrily throws down the boom mic after having his intelligence insulted.
Emotional damage!
This humorous ad really drove home how easy it was to switch to Geico, and encouraging prospective customers to just go ahead and make the move. This ad hit our screens and gave us a good cackle. The campaign was so successful that it spawned several variations that continued to be made for years to come and were aired alongside the brand's other well-known spokesperson, the Gecko. These caveman ads were so popular, in fact, they even spawned a short-lived sitcom on ABC that aired for one season. The next ad that took over the airways was the Everest commercial of 2006. You know which one I'm talking about. The one that called you out for sitting on the couch procrastinating all day. Yeah, that one.
You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and your life is passing you by. You keep procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I'll go to school next year, maybe next semester. No, do it right now. They'll work with you after work, or you can go before work. You can do whatever you need to do to graduate. Go talk to somebody right now. They out to help you. You spend all day on the phone anyhow. Why don't you make a phone call that's gonna help you in your future? All you gotta do is pick up the phone and make the call. Why are you making it complicated? It's easy.
We actually had a lot of ads airing back in the day trying to convince us to go to college or a trade school, but this is one of the ones that really made you want to call the number on the screen. It even had all the 90s babies contemplating going to college when they were only in middle school or high school, and a higher education was a long way off. The ad featured a guy wearing a white tee and baseball cap, playing a student at the college who ever so passionately expressed how procrastination is slowing us all down from getting our education. People are still online discussing the impact this ad had on them back in the day, and even as recently as 2022, the actor from the commercial himself, Tunde, even sat down for an interview to discuss the commercial and how it came to be.
And what's funny is, during the commercial, I'm very emotional. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm very expressive. And for a long time, people thought like that was just my personality.
Right.
Like I'm just
You're
always
just
very like, and very,
like
overly assertive and aggressive and stuff.
Because your energy was like, why don't you get it?
Yeah.
I'm like,
so what they would do, they'd ask me the same question like 6 times.
Purposely trying to get you.
Yeah. And so by the 6th time I'm answering, I'm like, it's easy. Why are you making it so complicated. You know what I'm saying? Like cutting my eyes and...
This was an interesting interview, and it gives a lot of insight into how the production went, where it was shot, and more. So I'll leave a link to it in the description box if you want to watch the full thing in its entirety. Another ad that was on our mind back then was the Head On commercial that came out back in '06. This ad didn't say much, but it made it clear to us all that Head On was to be applied directly to the forehead.
Head On, applied directly to the forehead. Head On, applied directly to the forehead. Head On, applied directly to the forehead. Head On is available without a prescription at retailers nationwide.
With the vague sentence being repeated over and over, side by side with the demonstration of a lady rubbing what only appeared to be a glue stick on her head, needless to say, had many of us confused. Part of the reason the ad was so perplexing was that it never expressed what the product was designed for or how it worked, but instead only told us how to use it. One could use context clues though and assume that it was something designed to ease headaches, and upon a quick Google search, you'd find out you were right. Head On is an American brand of homeopathic headache products owned by the Florida-based company Miralus Healthcare. And this particular medicine is in fact meant to be applied topically rather than ingested. It is noted that the company had claimed in previous ads that the product relieved headaches, but there were no clinical trials that had proven the efficacy of it, nor was it approved by the FDA. Due to this and objections from the Better Business Bureau, the company decided to remove all claims from their future advertisements, which ultimately left just the simplistic and repetitive ad we all remember from back in the day. The ad was heavily criticized for its low production value, repetitiveness, and it was deemed as loud and obnoxious by many, with some people even going so far as to say the commercial would give you a headache so then you needed the product, which was a form of marketing that was pure genius. This is so hilarious, but have any of you guys tried this product before? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Regardless of how people felt about the ad though, the product is still sold at big box retailers to this day, and that commercial was definitely burned into our long-term memory. So I guess the marketing did still work after all. Next on the list is the 2007 Orbit ad entitled The Affair, better known as the Lint Liquor commercial.
You son of a biscuit-eating bulldog.
What the French, Toast?
Did you think I wouldn't find out about your little doo-doo head cootie queen?
Who are you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor?
Pickle you, kumquat!
You're overreacting.
No, Bill, overreacting was when I put your convertible into a wood chipper. Stinky McStink face!
You Hoboken.
Fabulous. New Orbit Raspberry Mint cleans another dirty mouth. For a good clean feeling, no matter what.
It features a woman confronting her husband and his secretary mistress and berating her with a barrage of insults, from doo-doo head to cootie queen, to which she hurls back, calling her a lint liquor and a Hoboken. This was one of the most hilarious commercials of the 2000s, and it still lives in people's heads rent-free. The ad was directed by Noam Murrow and features commercial actress Jessie Merriweather, who you may also recognize from ads with Sprint and JCPenney. She played the role of the defensive mistress in the ad alongside cast members Jane E. McPherson as the angry wife, Howard J. Rosen as the philandering husband, and Vanessa Branch as the Orbit spokeswoman. Not only did people all over think the ad was hilarious, but even the actress who delivered the memorable lint liquor line herself has even written that working on the set of the commercial was hilarious, and that there was lots of laughing as the writers kept giving them different insults to say, while the Orbit team sat in the back and kept saying each take that they wanted more chewing, more chewing. This ad is such a classic, and it's nice to know that the team had just as much fun making the ad as us viewers did watching it. With that being said, if you're still here, please hit the like button and subscribe so I know you enjoy watching these videos just as much as I enjoy making them.
I appreciate you.
Another ad to take over the airwaves in the 2000s was the freecreditreport.com advert, specifically the FREE that spells free ad.
Well, I was shopping for a new car. Which one's me? A cool convertible or an SUV? Too bad I didn't know my credit was whack, cause now I'm driving off the lot in a used subcompact. F-R-E-E, that spells free. Creditreport.com, baby. Saw their ads on my TV. Thought about going but was too lazy. Now instead of looking fly and rolling fat, my legs are sticking to the vinyl and my posse's getting laughed at. F-R-E-E, that spells free. Creditreport.com, baby.
Offer applies with enrollment and triple advantage.
The commercial was created by David Mullenfeld at the Martin Agency and was designed to market the Experian-owned website and get consumers to sign up to see their credit scores for free. It began airing in the fall of 2007, and the main actor in the ad was French-Canadian singer Eric Violette. He was the lead member of the Free Credit Report band and played a man struggling with difficult life circumstances due to his ignorance of his poor credit score. Violette was the face of the singer in the series of commercials. However, due to his thick accent at the time, his voice was dubbed by Mullenfeld. Fun fact, not only was the main character's voice dubbed, but the ads were also filmed entirely in Montreal, even though they were designed to be marketed to a US audience. This is one of the most recognizable versions of the ad, but the company did continue the campaign, airing 9 different varieties of these ads over the course of 3 years. This commercial is still remembered by many and reminds us all to be mindful of our credit. The next ad to utilize singing to get our attention was the J.G. Wentworth Opera Bus ad of 2010. This ad had us all singing 877 Cash Now at the top of our lungs at random times throughout the day.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
They've helped thousands, they'll help you too. One lump sum of cash they will pay to you.
If you get long-term payments, but you need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
877 cash now.
877 cash now. 877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. Call now.
The ad marketed the company's many services, from the purchasing of structured settlements and annuities down to acquiring long-term lottery payments in exchange for lump sum cash settlements. They even offered debt counseling and negotiation services too. There was a wide range of these ads filmed in various locations, with the jingle being sung by large groups of people. And they also incorporated memorable slogans and taglines like what? It's my money and I need it now, and it's your money, use it when you need it. There have since been newer campaign models that don't have the same singing structure of the classic, but they do still maintain the company's taglines, and we still have a lot of brand recognition with this company due to the foundation that the earlier operatic ads have set. Last on the list, but certainly not least, is the Fushigi ad of 2011.
Fushigi! Hi, I'm Tim Goey, and this is Fushigi.
You can make Fushigi defy gravity and appear to float in midair with maneuvers like the prayer cross, the enigma, levitation, and so many more. From basic maneuvers to the advanced, even control more than one Fushigi at a time. You can order Fushigi the Magic Gravity Ball for $19.99. And when you order, we'll send you a free DVD that will teach you to unlock the secrets of Fushigi. Just pay processing. Must be 18 years or older to order. You can go online to fushigiball.com.
This was another one of those ads that made you want to buy the product. Not because of some fancy jingle, but more so for its description of the product as a, quote, gravity-defying ball, and it showed us people playing with the product while looking like they were having a blast in the park. Fushigi is a Japanese word meaning mystery or wonder, and this was definitely a fitting name for the product, as it had us all wondering and trying to figure out how the darn thing worked. Apparently, the secret sauce wasn't so much in the mystical ball itself, but rather in the movements of the person using it.
Look at the flick of their wrist. Look at the flick of their wrist.
The practice is known as contact juggling.
What?
Contact juggling is a unique style of juggling often done by stage performers, in which instead of tossing balls into the air, the juggler rolls them across their body with enough momentum to give off the optical illusion that the objects are floating. But when people found out balancing one of these wasn't as easy as the ads made it seem, and that there was actually a pretty high level of skill that needed to be involved in order to pull this off successfully, the ball fizzled out as a mainstream fad and became more of a novelty item geared for more targeted audiences. This cool fushigi ball ad really had us all questioning if it was science or magic. But regardless of how it worked on a scientific level, the commercial sure did make us all want to buy one, and you can still find these things being sold at a wide range of online retailers to this day. There's no doubt that the ads of yesteryear really did captivate us and inspire us to either take action and use a service or go buy a product. Although most of these ads no longer air in their original forms, they will forever remain a part of the 2000s pop culture canon. And hopefully this slogan-having, jingle-driven, humorous style of marketing will one day make a true comeback and make its way back to our screens. But until then, we can always refer back to these iconic classics. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you remember any of these iconic ads? And if so, which was your favorite from the list? And this is by no means an exhaustive list, as there are many more nostalgic ads I could cover. So if you'd like to see a part 2, hit the like button and comment part 2 down below, and we can take another trip down memory lane with even more 2000s ads. If you found this video educational or entertaining, it would be
delightful, really delightful.
If you would like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more content.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
As always, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep learning.